elementary schools. You going to go into those?
How many MS-13 members are the age of 14 to 17? Many of them. So, look, if it's a national security threat, public safety threat, and what you need to understand is a case by case. Name another agency, another law enforcement agency that has those type of requirements that they can't walk into a school or doctor's office or on a medical campus. No other agencies held to those standards. These are well-trained officers with a lot of discretion, and when it comes to sensitive location, there's still going to be supervisory review. So it's not like it's an open issue, but ICE officers should have discretion to decide if a national security threat or a public safety threat in one of these facilities, then there should be an option for them to make the arrest.
But someday you could go into those schools and grab people who are just in the country illegally.
On a case-by-case basis, depending who they are, what the circumstances are. It's never a zero game.
You know that this creates fear in the immigrant community. The chair of the U.S. Conference of Bishops Committee said turning places of care, healing, and solace into places of fear and uncertainty for those in need while endangering the trust between pastors, providers, educators, and the people they serve will not make our communities safer.
Well, look, here's I think, if Congress has a job to do, we're enforcing the laws Congress enacted and the president signed. If they don't like it, change the law. I find it hard to believe any member of Congress is telling us not to enforce the law that they enacted and they fund us to do.
But opening up to anyone who's in the country illegally and going into schools and grabbing them, does that, kids, adults?
The message needs to be clear. There's consequences.
Because he believes that nation, nipa omi citizen wa hano. Ese omunya baby ejina ansane de mwakoma owa ere abom. You know, because he's horrible. They say unam kra obi timi hia no wakum. Rape ha da bati ga wo be gu ha be brain rapes. Ebi kidnapping ni all kinds of things. Ejini nyina ka ho bi na enkrofo so ntia ban na ese ne obi a wo nikrata bia go back to your country. But ade ba ko say one more see e do mo ba Ghana nyina no omo yo mo maye omo criminal problem.
Omo nyina on
omo ya chi omo e do mbe obi yes obi free na ko bia yes sabe so no mo e de be ba no na owo criminal record.
Okay.
Say Miss Minor ebi akowi obisika ebi akodisika ebi akodintro bibi ho ebi akofo report ba ebi akobokro no akokum nipa anything that is criminal is criminal woman de do mo ba now dodo no ano nya Trump time na echi wo dodo na echi wo mo Obama ne akoya wabesen koi Biden time ni do maba deportation detention on prison na wu ha ni edi na asem ko nya se echi wa person nya se echi na do ba echi wa e do court no be decide it do no awo deportation line but Trump na buy no one more make criminal ka on there or push you out of the country also he's sweeping the country or practically so it obia
that's a Biden is a criminal but ono Trump and the oba na on be dia sembia
Debbie.
Okay.
We got you out.
Yeah. Onu ni kasa bia. What you say? And in Africa phone kwa Mexico ni ada. Oni de uchia ne se oman no kra nya oman no asan betinem. O ban so wan fa kwan pa so. Ne bi no kra ka se Trump. America kra ye hwa e Indians na ye omodia. Enso mo ma kwan ma mu abrofo mu wura mu sometime bi. Because they have compassion. It's no more they must say mu have compassion. Na mu making mistakes be na mu ma criminal people to enter your country illegally. It will be a more have compassion. Nipa ye ebi ni mu ni papers omu ru America yi ebi ba omu ni papers nso no ebi bom homo de omu ye adwuma esani bi mo abusua omu tua taxes omu bo American economy omu ye bi say enti so ni papers kra na onyi nipa o nipa bone ana ode a friend say oye tuture ni a adan ye mfa kwan bi so na America fo bebre na kasa Trump say David oni bi pon ko ni kro because say bibini bi wo ha wanimu ehu wa kra no kala ne say de wanimu tie no kra ye papa mo de da nso nwen ho de wo no
Trump situation na akwan minim so agimi sia o deport nipa too much akwa man hu nipa agimi sia obi a wo ye mampanyini On Tenadamu, no one Kashako field. No one, and Tina immigrant in Kwani Gani who throw Trump with Trumu for the Yum Trumu. Great Gani, sign executive order. They are buying over Americano. United States government. I recognize it. Bear money or bank one. Mama can United Chimamuko prison straight. And the Trumu for Nina with a Trump Obano Mujani. Police in Yano Mujani. The Aquani Yano. A serious. What your humans are no Mababa or see anonym. Ice police for no. And on the border patrol account. And no the I am a soldier for account. And to what your mama Coco Conia about be a funny gratanto. Ni no I send the Pacosa Timasha only to maybe a dear. And one pie. Ni am a flower uncle because Trump they were Jimmy or 5 green card for you now. Share or Jimmy fucking or see I green card you know. A crown now a criminal still I said the cook room. 2 items were called the Bonyamia Chodano. Miss Row.
Deportation is going on, so my little advice is be careful. I don't know.
Confirm maybe subscribe to channel way, but omuni eye notifications me ba live or anase me post video to ma omu hunu me video nhwe. Etian wan se obekọ eye YouTube no so wabọ me din Ekonaba TV no ebe yi aba. Eyi ba no wabọ me video ba akoso. Ubo me video ba akoso a se won subscribe ya no wamia subscribe button no so. Se won subscribe so a no wamia adoma no so to all notification. Woye ne saa na se me the video tumu a ubo se won sabe kan na won so wanya bi ahwe. Se de be ya me ba obehu mi nti no. Mia adoma no so. Na Facebook kai so be like me page no. Se de be ya me video bi a me post bi an sabe timi aka bi. Betimi akọ settings e wo phone no so. Na wa mia settings no akọ notification na afi wakọ mia eye YouTube no wo di ato notification button to wa mia to ho se de be ya me ba live wa benya me nti na me kire saa no ma we nyina me serew se wonya ne saa ye ne saa se won subscribe to me channel so a subscribe to channel se de be me video tuma unsa betimi akabi me da ase abusianfo American deportation utimi saa no ayedin hwe Ghana for no videos o me de ba bonten ene America for no opanyina obede di mu deport nkofo nsem wo mokika utimi se pressure ba amanfo so America opa na Twene Jonas kura de wo se onle se obetwa videos no fie wo be ne videos wo fie nti obi ni studio ni ade nya fe na okogina street akoye ntoto bia ni ade lu gina ho a ne abeso opa echi do asiple mu akọ nti ono se odwen ho ye ne videos wo fie nti ene hwe fom hwe soro na ne ye de kire window na mo hwe wo window ni musa na se ho asem so no na videos ahodo bia mebo ade a kirewo min kasa kese wo de mo amuntie videos ni mu nsem no enipa ne nsem wo mo ka ede fa ekwan a America ban epese wo di deportation you know efa so yes Ghana for base 6002 plus jack edu mu nyina.
One of the very first appointments Donald Trump made after winning the election in November was tapping one man to be what he calls his border czar. Tom Homan is a former Border Patrol agent and acting director of ICE with decades of experience in Republican and Democratic administrations. I sat down with him this week and began our conversation by asking him about the role of the U.S. military.
We got military on the border, not only helping us with departure flights on military planes, but they're helping to build infrastructure. They're putting up Constantino where they're down there to create a secure border and lock that border down. And DOD's helped administrations before, but not at this level. So it's a force multiplier, and it's sending a strong signal to the world. Our border's closed.
So is this what we will see every single day, ending in what the president has promised is millions and millions being deported?
Yes. But you can see the numbers steadily increase, the number of arrests nationwide as we open up the aperture. Right now it's concentrating public safety threats, national security threats. That's a smaller population. So we're going to do this on priority base, as President Trump's promised, but as that aperture opens, there'll be more arrests nationwide.
When you talk about the aperture opening, the estimates of perhaps those who have been convicted or arrested in the past, 700,000 to over 1 million. So after you do that, then you go after everybody who is there illegally.
If you're in the country illegally, you're on the table, because it's not okay to violate laws of this country. You got to remember, every time you enter this country illegally, you violated a crime under Title 8 United States Code 1325. It's a crime. So if you're in the country legally, you got a problem. And that's why I'm hoping those who are in the country illegally who have not been ordered removed by the federal judge should leave.
While you are emphasizing that you go after national security threats, you have said no one's off the table. If you're in the country illegally, you better be looking over your shoulder. You should be afraid and start packing now. Is that what you're doing to get hotel workers out or people working on farms, that they'll be so scared they just leave?
Look, I think if you're in the country legally, it's not okay. It's not okay to violate laws of this country. We have millions of people standing in line, taking the test, doing their background investigation, paying the fees that want to come in the right way.
Let's talk about the arrests so far. Numbers released the first day were over 500, and there were reports that one was a suspected terrorist, others were gang members. Were all of the people who were arrested on day one, as far as you know, convicted criminals or those who had been arrested before?
No. And let me explain that. There are collateral arrests. Where do collateral arrests happen? Sanctuary cities. And this is important we understand that. Sanctuary cities lock us out of the jails. So instead of ICE being able to arrest the bad guy, the criminal alien, in the safety and security of the jail where the officer's safe, the alien's safe, and the public's safe, sanctuary cities release them back in the community, which endangers the community, putting the criminal alien back in the community. But when we find him, he's going to be with others, most likely. Many times they're with others. If they're in the country legally, they're coming too.
But were these arrests all in sanctuary cities? It doesn't appear so on the first day.
The collaterals, many more. I don't have the exact breakdown. But again,
so the arrests in
Massachusetts,
in Chelsea, Massachusetts, which the governor said it's great to arrest the criminals who are convicted, but were there people taken there as well who were not convicted? Were they, as you say, collaterals?
I'm sure they are.
You talk about these numbers expanding. 500 the first day. What do you think you can get up to?
As many as we can get.
What can happen at this point, given your manpower?
Look, I think we're in the beginning stages. We're bringing more resources into this operation. As a whole of government, we're going to have DOJ assisting us. And like the DOD piece, helping build infrastructure, helping the transportation, that takes ICE, badges and guns, out of those duties and puts them on the street.
I want to go back to who you're deporting. Aside from the long list of executive actions, the administration said it will no longer tell ICE agents they have to avoid sensitive locations, including schools, hospitals, churches. Benjamin Huffman, the acting Homeland Security Secretary, said in a statement, criminals will no longer be able to hide in America's schools and churches to avoid arrest. What criminals are hiding in schools?
Look,
middle schools, elementary schools. You going to go into those?
How many MS-13 members are the age of 14 to 17? Many of them. So, look, if it's a national security threat, public safety threat, and what you need to understand is a case by case. Name another agency, another law enforcement agency that has those type of requirements that they can't walk into a school or a doctor's office or on a medical campus. No other agencies held to those standards. These are well-trained officers with a lot of discretion, and when it comes to sensitive location, there's still going to be supervisory review. So it's not like it's an open issue, but ICE officers should have discretion to decide if a national security threat or a public safety threat's in one of these facilities, then there should be an option for them to make the arrest.
But someday you could go into those schools and grab people who are just in the country illegally.
On a case-by-case basis, depending who they are, what the circumstances are. It's never a zero game.
You know that this creates fear in the immigrant community. The chair of the U.S. Conference of Bishops Committee said turning places of care, healing, and solace into places of fear and uncertainty for those in need while endangering the trust between pastors, providers, educators, and the people they serve will not make our communities safer.
Well, look, here's I think. If Congress has a job to do, we're enforcing the laws Congress enacted and the president signed. If they don't like it, change the law. I find it hard to believe any member of Congress is telling us not to enforce the law that they enacted and they fund us to do.
But opening up to anyone who's in the country illegally and going into schools and grabbing them, does that, kids, adults?
The message needs to be clear. There's consequences for entering the country illegally. If we don't show there's consequences, you're never going to fix the border problem.
Estimates are that there are 11 million undocumented immigrants in this country right now. How can you possibly afford to deport all of those people?
Well, I'll leave it up to Congress. You know, I think Congress, the president has a mandate. This is the #1 issue that people voted on. I think Congress has a mandate to give us money we need. What price you put on national security?
More detention centers?
What price you put on? What price you put on all these young ladies that have been raped and murdered and burned alive? What price you put on that? What price you put on Laken Riley's life? What price you put on national security? Like I just explained, when you have a surge like this, we don't secure that border. That's when national security threats enter the country. That's when sex trafficking goes up. That's when the fentanyl comes in that kills 250,000 Americans. I don't put a price on that.
And on those detention centers, do you need more beds? I think there's
Absolutely.
41,000 now, 100,000. So where do you get those beds? Do you build more camps? Do you do this military installations in Texas and elsewhere?
A little bit of everything. We can build Southside facilities. We can expand our contracts to outside contractors. So yeah, we're going to need more ICE beds, a minimum of 100,000. Congress needs to come to the table quick and give us the money we need to secure that border.
Let's talk about those flights again. With the host countries, you flew all of those people back. Were all of the people arrested on the first day, for instance, repatriated? And what about those countries that won't take them back?
Oh, they'll take them back.
What do you mean by that?
We got President Trump coming to power. President Trump puts America first. Mexico didn't want to remain in Mexico program. Under the first administration, they did it. They didn't want to put military in the southern border. They did it.
How do you convince them?
El Salvador didn't want to take MS-13 members back. Took President Trump 48 hours to make that happen. President Trump's going to put America first. And if it doesn't, then we'll place my third safe country.
All appointments to the CBP app have been canceled. That is a legal way to claim asylum and get in the country. So what should people do who are seeking asylum? How do you do it?
Go to the embassy, go to the port of entry. Do it the legal way. You shouldn't come to this country and ask to get asylum, and the first thing you do is break our laws by entering illegal.
So tell me what the definition of success is over the next 6 months, over the next year, by the end of the administration. What is mission accomplished here?
Taking as many public safety threats off the street as possible. Watching illegal alien crime in the United States decrease. Ending it. Deporting every illegal alien gang member in this country, including Twene Jonas and MS-13. Making our country safe. When we see the crime rate from illegal aliens go down, that's a success. Every public safety threat we remove from this country is a success. Every national security threat that we find removed from the country is a success. There's no number on it. So my success can be based on what Congress gives us. More money, the better we're going to do.
I noticed you didn't put in that list of things that will be mission accomplished and success, getting every immigrant who is in the country illegally out. Why not?
Because I'm being realistic. We can do what we can with the money we have. We're going to try to be efficient, but with more money we have, the more we can accomplish. If I don't have the money to remove that millions of people, I'm not going to sit here and one thing, no one can say I haven't been frank in everything I've said. Our success every day is taking a public safety threat off the streets or getting a national security threat out of here.
It's law by law. Prophecy cannot change any law here. Your prayer cannot change. The law is telling you, do this, go here, and you say, oh, you're not going to say, forget about that. Forget about that. Forget about that. No, no, before we bring this, the Ghana phone, Obi and you want to be about prophecy. You're missing me to point, no, cotton and Nema. We will be our friend, be a free Ghana to so bad. Put a Jumebia. Minister, you know, me man, the council, man, who's a Juana Ujabano. Oba, Nasa within 1 year, 2 years, 1 year, Yakoba, Opa, resign, and answer, you leave Nebra for visit, Oba Nazako. That's near Ruby by where Macquarie Ghana, or you know, bank a great bike, or a penny or ten masters. Over, just a book, you answer about any 4 months without a funny put in the madam Sufe. Almost papa.
Any 4 months.
It any 4 months. Hope no more. It's like I'm saying, Rasu, Obedu, you know, or crowd on the school nearby, or the school, or any masters, the second masters. Baby, or only a class. It may be any law. Ghana phobia no one out or Makata or Brancasa or Bano or resign. Or resign or second back a cry. By 2 little causes here, only you may be a and the air can say opportunity to her. It depends, you'll be a local and I didn't have a purpose in the panoe. Oh, yeah, you'll be a control your man. Before the bano, as a what transit as a song. Idea, me queen. Ever for me. But Monday will be the catcher. And go for free have background. I won't kind of crank because my back, a be a cool will be crack on the about on them wall. 2 visit. Ya Tigana for me, Bratuma, a call is internet scamming. And it's 1419 on we at the Jinko Fosica accounts or the Cotombia Japadia Messigana. No together only more. Then you know, call out and cherry, and they obviously wouldn't leave the source of the money. So, I don't like encouraging of all and never can be. No, be super so but yes, and they breed them all. They breed them. Let's send the video be a bro.
Okay.
Let's send the video be a bro. See, no. Ghana fire to 6,500 or more deportation license here.
See,
mean
to one my question can be like US deportation Trump there no a serious because Ghana phone in you you can say na comment on ya no yeah pamom
exactly and security reasons ya aka be me ho di akasa o video so bo bia ho me go phone ni mo and can try go phone me me see me di Trump na ya djuma me ma wa e menya na ba e baba ko no kasa no so ko djuma ba ko boda ko ma ka so djuma and kamema Uba Trump fear a friend Trump Jr. Idia on the atoso Trump Jr. the friend. Ghana Kyei-Duah company account. I am the only Ghanaian, only African. Oh, wait to one finery. They are sorry I be connected me maminya. No any Kyei-Duah for 14 years in Yamana 14 years. What I say, it already had men I don't for the meeting come once a month. I mean kind of politics. No.
Okay.
Yeah, about to talk and kind of politics. Then I join a beer. The security. Yeah, you want to have a cup baby. In the time I'm going for yes. We'll be able to catch us and the Caribbean. And Noah, hospitals, schools, and this almost will be a woody cat. Ghana for be brave empty because only cat and I are off some of us or that. Which one I bet you? That's Sunday. I'm said away. Right, you know. If you want to be seen, plane, aircraft, speaker for plane, me and son, and then the portal for them come my son, me and son. Every night to be a plane, but you no one ever told take it to home that time.
Free.
Free. It is we catch you, sir. Yes, we catch you, sir. That idea you can once when you cry. Oh boy.
Okay.
A friend of mass deportation. You didn't see that. Even though in my history, no President Awabaswa was deporting for will be Obama. Is the worst in the deportation owner who pass will deport for Obama, yes, or deport and for will be that's one way no boko to be an news and no yes I don't know. Or yen Nyansen, but we know dear or the Batuja. They say, hey, the action. What's it? Can I Japan title? It's the one we have a say, we're wicked, we're a very good guy. And I, when we know me, you might be brief from my mind, so different country, Monica, I've been no crowd, and then but a idea. And I buy no one, I think of phobia brief free, Sadiga, Burkina Faso, Venezuela. And there are so many countries that go and democracy open because we are yet. Now, I buy box sample for Oka and I see America for no one. We are sent on Obama. I call it going about to go in that message now. Also, Banwa Bay say yes, I'm going to go for tomorrow. Because I buy no also no one just say, I must say, we know about a businessman to him how to create jobs. For a time also, that job papa. Now make a job. That job papa. Yes. That job if free se corona and buy free so I call we buy stop. In Yemen Nigeria. Ain't ono Trump New York honey not here and the BBA but I want to about crime you need that. Even I want to about the party you need that. And so this time don't come for you tomorrow. We two for crowd the common panel. Black Americans won't pay Trump. And so only two man gets here.
Because one day what tomorrow pound
almost tomorrow because so much compare. Don't into deportation also.
Because
A coso de den. Ah, enjoy. A coso de den. Just say first name Rama Quine said, go for on Betty Ward or remember, sorry, them school hospital. No, my Rama Quine. Then you swear, then you swear and now changing Brano. You swear 20, they wouldn't even say any part. You swear 24 hours. And we hear executive order, 200 executive orders. No, yeah. That way, sure, they didn't see that. Yes, sure, will be over trying to be a Busumi cry. No, that day now. No, start to say, wait, back, you know, because he believes that nation, you know, in Nipa, me citizen, as I say, Munya baby, Agina, and Sunday, and Wakoma, or a bomb. You know, because he's horrible. They say, when I'm crying, we can share with Wakum. Rape had a batting, I want to be good and be bringing reefs. A beer kidnapping, near all kinds of things. 18 can't be, and Crawford soon to buy eyes and here. Will be a only category. Go back to your country. But I did not say, one more to see a normal Ghana, you know, only a more criminal problem.
Amuni now.
My actual my don't be yes. Will be free could be a yes, some more than the Babano. Not our criminal record. The Miss Minor, Ebi Okuwi Obisika, Ebi Okodisika, Ebi Okodin Troll, Bibion, Ebi Okofu Report Bar, Ebi Okobokro, no Akumunipa, anything that is criminal is criminal. And woman you do moba. Now, do no you Trump time near Chiwom, do no Chiwomo. Obama ne akwaya wabesinkwe Biden the time near Domaba deportation detention on prison na who had the dinasem because you say chiwa first you say chiwa ne doba ye chiwa the local court on the be decided it do no deportation line but Trump na one more make criminal come on there or push me out of the country. Also, he's sweeping the country or practically. So it is Obia.
That's a Biden is a criminal, but or no Trump in India or buying our own media symbia. Oh, Debbie. Okay.
In fact, we share video no Ghana Frank and show. Okay, make our so. Yeah, Ghana for the Jimmy Sebi.
Okay, Sebi.
When you say Ubiti Ghana, even no bit on Nigeria passport or you can never own Nigerian passport if you are not a citizen of Nigeria. Yet since Uncle Fui, they were about 15,000. Embassy, Ghana embassy, ambassador, and check in the Biano. It bear 4,000 to 6,000. No when Ghana for me a Nigeria for Ghana passport.
Wow.
On a passport now. Who did it for them? In the book,
that's a bit
they just come to the country and get their passport. Illegal. The jail they could Ghana passport. No, they could be born here. Say because a Ghana leader. Why they? What could be born here? Embassy now, embassy no and yet Ghana for Nigeria form identify almost a Ghana form Ghana passport. Who was on the tree crown drinker? Who did the 7 drinker? Which is a what you fool? That's what you're Ghana near the actual. And see, media me discourage Obia opposite to coin. But I can't to dear. Can if you want to say, Obi na invite to bra be off a be, and we invite to say bra. Now on one day to your hooker. Now bow on one of a bow. Now yes, and uncle for your connection, except for baby, you know, if you don't confirm desert, you know, see Mexico border, no be wrong. So a baby woo or so. And you're wrong. A dear now, Babinya, ain't it? Okay, we are, and pass out the high young out on Beffy. I young over feel a ladder. So, it will say, my gun and more day. A man near home, a Juma Sam will be very invested, a Juma going a bin yet, yes, here. But the fact that they will be used to your being, and how peace will be a tatao. Then will be no double thing. Your double thing or a home or a board will be about them. But come here, will be home. I brought 4 more down. No more you must say 1 year and a matter one thing. It's because you too, your homeless level 10 million. Will be a bizarre.
Wow.
What I say. So, we be Ghana no visa, double bridge, no, we hear you. Oh, boy.
Twene Jonas na kan.
No, papa.
Twene Jonas na say heaven.
Mene nyina ti ba biabetie o machi ha ya. Ade no sorry a. Na said the bia wo home adwuma mu me kwa adwuma ro home a o person we me interview me mama kwa me mwa no kra. Me mwa no kra. Yes, me mwa no me ko me pesa me di me pi da bi da me. Ade nti no sorry a on twitwa pictures e wo ba bia yetiti Africa vumu. Now from because who baby na even though a brochure no best it's a brochure a change logo. What I say? But I make a show. What I say? Because in this kind of baby above for day. Baby actually Jonas videos we bunny baby me Trump area baby Trump in the city of 40
city now.
On there, yeah, city now because I from downtown. I don't know how pictures. Oh, Ghana for a Ghana for 100%. Ghana for 3% and 5%. We don't know how now that body. That body. Yes. The two for Black Americans, Spanish for, any Haiti for, any all the other nation. Don't find it here. Any Brooklyn, no get it here. And yet, Mahati on the main a year. It's a honor fair, be big, you all. Bronze were fair. Bronze saw a party be a fine. But make some just said, I don't yet, want to make you pictures for half of my incredible and the morning woman to grow out one rebel cry. I say, my think I made him my bio on video. It is that the eye and a brutal candy. So, a good so we be to cry about, but I mean to me and discourage it. The moment of winner canceling. And I saw for owners from canceling. I saw for no one go school in the air, almost sank of fighting. And so when you travel and talk for Papa be almost dear home and education kuta no more cancer area now on a place we research any problem was and a juma and I say but so when you will be as a mechanical bush and be I would nipa no so boss and brand on one and over now I will force you way out now cotton was sick or ton would die. I mean that 10 it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
And yeah, wow, because never be braba or more bodam even though because of crack assembly. Stress your hand. You cannot stress your hand. It's still going on. Mama, hold on. I'm for video. I'm not a photo. Ghana phone kwana. Ghana phone kwana deportation.
Anya brofo no nyina mahu pa.
Yes. Even Senegal. Senegal for in account. I did a for credit. I say, Obi or Nigerian, we are member person about my crack. My visa. I catch on plane. Almost say Bonnie or Moody, made video and send to which you at all.
Okay. What they are sending?
Yes. You ever had a casa? Me to be that one day near church and Yama Brimo. I can send for. So be per se to choir. The right channel I saw fast to choir. Any what he have to do and never buano. But say because connection my connection man do be Jessica or Jessica Rina or do be draw. When we go connection man be draw. No in any connection man be draw so we PS can we no I do passport of frozen. If you been grab a passport to go many be. Passport now would take it to buy ya dear frozen. What I say? So many things. And the fathers will be bow or be sit down and says, "Go buy a be." If you come back to 50 years, 40 years, won't a life work. They won't make us up or I go on a rebel. So, I will be when they say the fruit tray and maybe fee. Papa and more would be 65 to 70. What was a train going to me for? Would you for security will be cut on the edge one? Some day, my personal account, and the brony. People come on to say, Papa, a dear and a how. Yeah, can hear so upon the cocoa phone or the aba.
Upon the cocoa food.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
that's a move.
nti near Kosovo, yeah, my mo Ghana, no, and yet politicians in the ban on my bed, I know be this kind of Bia, faculty, Bubia. Yet, San Omina, ye, Nimina, 18 a microphobe graduates, and ye, between two quiet, yeah, maybe a baby. But a quite true, no, a near me, no. Either say, Yanko points some answer to quiet. Now say, and yes, I saw. So, what transfer as a song? And you may be a way or Ghana, what they had a crack, Americans as to quite be a Hawaii day. Wako Ghana for the Bravo Canada, Canada, not first way a chair. Bear was swimming and sending or more deport to international students, 74,000 people around the world. More, ye deport home. And you cannot say Ghana for winning when you admire. Yes, when you admire the call. Because I know you know the bush here. Dear call the beer. What I see. And so 74,000 international students, Ghana for India for all kinds of people are involved. Yes. Yes. Because I took perform Guama, I took Ghana for Canada, best school easy. I almost have a back. Almost a message on my back because you may be in home. What I say, Ghana for your piece will be a no be I don't know. As will be a try for myself. Let's say Diana me or Ghana, be at this will be a way to talk, be a way to be, will be a Obama, no be a Obama, wrong. You know, we don't have ideas. YouTube for channel we will be a so you'll be a wrong. You'll be a better one. And so your lie, dear Namaso, your talent. This will be a YouTube channel. Wouldn't make a sentence of a baby. Now they can't sing you won't go for Mutti. Or you be the bronco for my advice. Yeah, said it's okay, it's good.
Thank you very much.
Yes, mean channel be other and the credit my guy mean to call social media this is my first time. But the way I will handle near my link of 4 months to Tina Mammy, because I can't say the about Rani Kayano on what they are no credit. They are no credit. When you pass 40 years, copa, none they be also get to quiet and it does obey the bay and a baby juma do be cut up by juma. Because by the time I made a cut and up, you 25,000. They 11 years. That time, no, the juma, and yet the men a poor men, a sorry be a poor mare, and now there's a Bob was going to catch a balami, yes, I go ahead. Come to Magana. Oh, yes,
I may be.
Little bit braka will be to Ghana, and I know for a 2 quiet one, and I'm a bride to quiet. Wouldn't you name or name wa? Wouldn't you your name wa? As would you catch you know? Ain't the other kinds of yes, your own cranny. Naya mana timono, yanye or my papa, yin to your own folk. Bibi Papia, Jumabia or Sabakavia, you know, ye kind of phone kind of crack. Tell me, you know, Trump way. Kabisha Ghana and even no Pajuma, Kabit and Dako. Wouldn't require any some time or no baby good and mass grandma, Jumano, we are doing to it will be crap at Mamma Franco. Oh, yes. Or Baby or 19, Baby can sing baby 19. I never obey him. Whenever I was not with a phone. Make out your to Nancy, a guy be, any she I am no, Accra. Now, only guy because to a Accra Academy. And no guy in Abaha. This guy and I make him a bar for years. Come back to no Nikrata. My papa, no, a prophet. And on one down for one any costume. That's when your green card about 2 years. They told a one cushion down for. And enough for the EVPR. I say, Charlie, oh, no kind of hostel or so, Mr. Me deal to them, the upper. And a guy another who could send the Juma opening for sending me any man a Juma. When you see dear, your mark one a Juma, TDO. You're normally a man a Jumano. You're no better on Nikrata, so ne competent age, my bear 18 years. And I will buy and tell Crata one way a foul. And she, your father for Sana. I was here, said the Maui Jumano, your man can every day, they saw you 8 hours, a man 4 hours. That one take complaining, eh, I didn't know me and Guta Crata. Mummy, I was more. Then the pan only cracked and woman I was very. Oh, do I be? I take an off for the top. And I go for why? What are you saying? I say, the guy, my brother that brought me, he didn't have paper, but he can have more hours. In Tiabo Francas,
Wow.
I can't go feel by. Yes, I can't go feel by no Busan say. Of our cracked and Casabra. I question is only cracked, or maybe. I saw Jackman would Ghana ni ome ya faru no ondo abe enti Ghana for ye wicked ni omo nyina do mo ye wicked do mo ya kwanto mo so tu a ese wo hu nipaku a wo de wo hu ko bo wo mo ebi no te a wo hu adwuma bi o mo guta computer da bia no magada wo hu ba bi na scamming kwa sa Nigeria for ni o Ghana no anu ye hygiene we abofosika yanchi wo de a wo hu ne sala da e be che wo na be usa Sena Kurusi Juma Udini. And this also to choir on pay advice. If you will be able to choir tonight. Na on check no and Niema Imu Anya Etie. Then you so sorry, no when you skate dance with the choir. And no dear wow, it did make a chemo. And I was it.
The Mr. that was a channel on the ATV.
I met myself Mefro. They may be called Mammy Drew, a Juma and I do bad. You me from no bekasa na me video me from me from videos no share Trump no the die you from Trump Towers
okay
but
let me a post audio no
oh chale yes ore mayenye so even ka wasa e you want from nti ma me ko why
okay
oh we can post audio na nya say audio we can post na go fontie
okay
hi post
okay
but that's it okay bye okay bye hello
Ocean phone as a channel no AATV Global on YouTube
yeah wonu ni kasa bia what you say and nya Africa for nko Mexico ni adan oni de ochia ne se oman no kra nya oman no asan betinem o ban so wan fa kwan pa so na bi no kra ka se Trump America cry a sha a Indian see na yomodia. In some ma kwan ma mu abrofo mu wura mu sometime because they had compassion. Intino mo de mo say mu have compassion na mo making mistakes be na mo ma criminal people to enter your country illegally. It will be mo have compassion. Nipa ye ebi ni mu ni papers o mu wura America yi ebi ba omu ni papers nso no ebi bom homo de omu ye adwuma esani bi mo abusua omu tua taxes omu bo American economy omu ye bi say enti so ni papers kra na onyi nipa o nipa bone ana ode a friend say oye tuturani a adan ye mfa kwan bi so na America fo bebre na ekasa Trump say David oni bi pon ko because bibini bi wo ha wanimu ehu yehu wa kra no kala ne sade wanimu tie no kra ye papa mo deda nso onwen ho de wo no
Trump situation na kwan minim so agimi sa o wo deport nipa too much akwa man hu nipa o agimi sa obi a wo ye mampanyini on tena mu no no ankasha ko field no ako entinya immigrant mkwa na edwane osro Trump trumu for na ediom trumu no omkure edwane sign executive order they are buying over America no United States government recognize be money or bank one mo amaka ni nyina ye chimo amuko prison straight enti trumu for nyina with the Trump ba no mudwane omu police nyina no mudwane dia akwane ye no serious what you adwuma msa no mababa awura esi anonim ice police for no and omde border patrol account and odi I soldier for account and what you adwuma ma kokoko ni aba obi afa ni grata nto ni enu ayesi send pa kosa timasha oni dwuma bi edi a enu ampie ni amefa wa nko because Trump de wa jime no ono offer green card for nyina ho hwe or Jimmy fucking or see I green card no a crown now a criminal still I said the cook room. 2 animals were called the Bonyamia Chodano, Miss Row.
Deportation is going on, so my little advice is be careful. Be careful. I don't know what else to say. It is sad, but there's nothing that you and I can do. Only thing is you gotta be careful out there. You know, I wish I have a, we have a lot of people that they are here, that their children are citizens, but they are not, and they don't care. They will separate you two, or both of you can go back wherever you come from. So it is sad. There's nothing that you can do about it. So be careful. Just be careful. If you need any advice, or you can call a lawyer and you can talk to a lawyer. They have a lot of people, immigration lawyers, a lot. I have one that he's been doing this for years. His name is Howard, and you can Google him. A lot of people, one thing is lawyers, you will tell them what is going on with you and they can help you to find solutions. So you can call a lawyer. You go to Google and you put an immigration lawyer near you, and maybe they can assist you, or they can give you some advice, things that you can do and things that you shouldn't do. But it is very sad. It's coming very close home, very, very close home. I can't put much, but it's coming very close home. So be careful. Be very careful. If you know that your papers are not straightforward and stuff, be careful, be careful. And good luck to all of us. It is sad. But they have even put in reward. That's what I heard. There's a reward that if you report somebody, you will end up getting $5,000. And I saw this South African lady made a video, and she was so happy. She was laughing that she can get a bunch of money because she know a lot of people that she can call and give them the names. And it's very sad that we are from somewhere and we have the opportunity to come here, and some people are very, very, it is sad because if you talk about Americans, I think it's, anyway. So be careful out there. Be careful. Be very, very careful, and seek advice. Seek advice. Don't do social media content creators. They just want views and followers and just like all of us. But call a lawyer. You go to Google, you put in, you're gonna get a lawyer, and the lawyer will be able to assist you better than those that they are doing videos for comment and likes and followers. So Google a lawyer and ask for advice. And lawyers, your information is confidential, so you are okay. They are not gonna snitch or whatever they call it. So be careful and good luck.
Busiafo na den na ekọ. Mo emiso obi ahụ ye nso aye wa America de ye ho ye, but yet ya ayem hihiem na ete bebre na te ase, but omuyem na hihie omo because emiso na senya Endra Thursday ewo Newark, New Jersey, emiso ice for no mko ready restaurant, be a seafood restaurant. Na mko ready na mo chichen kofo, so ati asem for more information. And other states and also MC Boston and so amokoye read or MC ma post who check me feed in album amokoye read or Boston echichin kofo bebre na when na ye MC Donald Trump Obama or for me so oba amo tomana no oba obe one of the largest deportation in American history. Now I didn't hear like ama nkofo bebre, a lot of Americans need support idea Trump we say who say aliens like because alien I won't see alien is a who over America be like through the border we illegal alien umfiha and I'll buy into uba bia we illegal alien nim so uba into omo bibi mpo a uba ombema number bi ombema omo friend alien number there meka kosisu beti ase because me person for understand the idea e koso or America say idea you so I'll take my time and explain everything so na be understand the information is key inti ano nia echo ne say say bebre no buy no immigrants no illegal immigrants na bebre no buy no bebre na free Colombia, it be free Guatemala, it be free Venezuela, Honduras, Nicaragua. So I tell you, Kuno ama boni na, unse omuni na so onya bubu. Just say sika ni sa ko ni ti eden so to kwai. And omo so omo bembe America I say, even though I kwai what there but omo bembe. I say wo fi Ghana, akọ Nigeria, wo so eden so I'm for player, we for coin, we for car, but we no quite dangerous because it be move far forest. We am some and the mo baby. Inti ade wom ni say uba ababe cross border na say uba cross here. There two options. First option, which is the best one, and it's a cross here. Uba call. I'm a border patrol for no. We don't come on more. Now macho, amateur, no more bisa. Then I do buy. Into bisa then I do buy. I'm on bisa on push and then I do buy. Because on so you have two options. So to me you're lucky. Let me say because of COVID, no Trump passed law be man buy and need the whole bump on bisa. Bibi a muchewa a process wa bisa udi file fingerprint and no mama number na uko be konso mama court date send be court immigration court and no akọ answer wako buano adene de uba ha e ma kofa border no ruwa omko person mutiasi adenti a we sa but say you before sa law no beba no another option is on the detention center. Into a detention center na yabecho na yebisa then e do ba ono. Into na catch from so say na dem ba enti na mintimi nkomi biom. Into say jitum say asama wo kan edima what ya say ono ma no mama bond. Into mama bond utia bond na si kebia obetia send a bond of good behavior no your co school quiet me my bond it's your mama bond na was sign na OTS canon na just or mama we number no now so we into we man no akwa for immigration lawyer umubia obewem whether you detain as a ufa immigration lawyer. That is the most important thing. Who are also work how we are saying. And so we serious. This is the time to be very, very serious. Yeah, mamin to aso. Inti ufana ye mau bibi ana jao na wako hearing. And I won't kofu being so as ankofo no me. Omo work from Hampua. Omo ya di omo shaka mo Mexicans for nene Guatemala one. Ya di omo shaka mo ne yesisi omo bon so mo shempa bia se omo hye bibim jese na ya di omo cross border na ye ja omo na omo ko bibi omo ko bi omo ko jese omo na omo ba of jese omo ha na krono oni idea so omo aba because omo amfa immigration and form record omo ni number omo ni bibi omo American omo leave omo ba so which is wrong. I'm so be fie no be fie mpo ube knock answer well. And I didn't hear bebre na yes and say who say bebre na omu omo criminal record omu krom omaye bibi omu krom bebre na American system no so omo some information you know what I say nti oba na okofa ha no ma na omo process na omo fa fingerprint na omo watch list da won say be pop na omo deport ena bebre na so omo information omaye nyama bebre omo krom answer omo jani ana omo decide so omo ba ha ba beto aso nti omo no bebre na fa ho aye be deport omo na ye bebre na omo person be fa ho because omo so say be deport omo nti omo no sa na omo fa ho omo ko fa baby kwa na omo wem yo nti omo no omo ni system nim na ade ama sese no Trump anya support bebre ni say bebre na ba omo be di asempa omo ba obo so mbe wiya de omo kunkum nipa hate for no omo Haitians no omo ba omo so bebre na sa no ma ko join the gangs omo tete ho na krono no mo pink of na say ya like recently in Kyei-Duah last month 2 months in oh hey me fa F train wo me fa ba broker nti me be juma was Guatemala ni bi or woman nice girl or to petrol go no ehye no ku no just for nothing one year no hwe so ati ase wo me say Texas in fa omo bia so ko repu young girl be ku no ebi mu so omo ye kidnapping ni nyama because ade ese oti ase ani say bebre na free Mexico and omo because we say Biden time no process na mu use no ema u cross ba easy so because now mo petrol border no sa intina awan say Trump ede soldiers bebre na ko border side no say US Marine one some petrol side no into ko fa baby na chewa na ye de wa ko na deport because one thing is utiasi and say Colombia say uko cross border na border for nim say wa cross one way before that's a crime so I say in that no say a chewa even one ye bibia mpo ye betimi deport because of that you've committed a crime inti yena ye cross no even though ye category ye de ye commit a crime here because ye buy and ye kofa immigration you know why am a number you kofa immigration man so oba and our mama chance bra because betimi akase sign na my deport inti we nyina na ama ase Trump in the because ono say main emphasis no near omo America omo bokro no but idea say yetiasi and say bibia ya wo bibia ya friend collateral damage na collateral damage ni say wo na mo baby wo ye wo adwuma wo fa obi ho bo say wo like same apartment obi wo ho ono yes na e be che no na ya munyina na adwuma mu
onim bibi America deportation na ekoso no hu ano den papa a che say Mexico for borders ni nyina no ye sizi ho nyina wo omo a ombe kan omukununum ehu ene omo ye de omo ma ne omo ne ade nyina che say omo stop sa ade ni nyina de wa ba ho a enam ne kwan so oni krata ne ade so ehu ano den pan yie Sadia we see betimi esi wa broche kro bia so na kire say what be bia da bia no me se wo plan B ehun hia papa se sie ye fa sa abrofo nyina aba no makase munkom kro mu a won mpanifo se kuntu hwa na ni chia na eko enti so hu ukọ kro mu a wadwen no nyansa onim de a obesua wa broche no e de na betimi de aye wo kro mu de aboa man e de bia pesika ato ho enti no omom ti abrochira da bia no ensem keka enema ensem fata chesem komo hunu ene ade ne dia ne se adwuma wo ho nti osore no koba no waba wanya bibia to no ho bosom no aha shaase se wusunya bibi shaase se wo dwundwun ne ma bebre hu yen fan se da achi bia ne se oni opportunity so beto no broni krom ma dia na betimi aya ebetimi aboa o sika onya nde no dia na betimi anya se sika no e dia na betimi plan e bra ben biem na betimi abo wo yachi emfa ho umfie dodo a wanya entimi kada bia se abroche wo ba onya opportunity akọ school fa on se sua bibi chese sua bibi chi knowledge bi na da achi bia no bibi aba bia o de abo bra san se wanya okrom ya hwa na beye ade bia wo ho no ma ya na ne yie mu anu no e ha adwen se obi aton na japade ebusua e discam obi se fatu kwan wo hu obi aton ne nyoma nyina se okobo bra o baabi na nani na ne ho so ne afa na se kokrom enya sam keto akra no nti na kire se saade we asi nei baabi bia wo ti bia obi man so ya abrochi no ma wani mra ho so nya plan B na toto nyoma yie na da achi bi no se koba ne se kokrom krampo no a wo hu de odo wabrabo ebeye na wa meye mobo esan se nyoma we asi no wo hu ebetimi ha nipa bebre obi won kra na brabo mu no wan hwe wontimi nye yie biem obitimi bodam ebitimi wu obitimi dwen krampo se na brabo nyina ba wieye esan se obi aka kire ne se onko ne krom obi aka se nto wada enso so make se no obi anfantu ne hofo oti abrochira oti ha ebi kra na wa ha wa establish onyoma nyina enso so no dwen biemu na dwen biemu se ochine bi no so mo ka se yi onyoma ne ko krom a edin na obetimi aye ama wa brabo emeye basa ai enti oba bia na ade ese odwen ho kan ene se obetoto krata yie ameye wadoma sika bia ope bia no enkonkosi dan first fatoto krata yie nenya asetena e wo kronim na onya asetena wi a enioma bia ka bia school obetimi aye adwuma asike a lot of knowledge e wo kronim enso bebre wo hono a on pen krata ho asem nka sika no so a unya ne yie esan se okrata na nya nkrofo besisi oni ade ntimi pa cho we no esese onya plan B e wa de bia ho de esi ne nya obi ade o e yare hosem enso ye se wote se oyomko abodwe e hia na wasenso e de esi ode ho we enyansafo na beti ase enti sa na tie medase midin ene quinlet nyame hrawo hwe onim bibi America deportation na ekos no ho ano den papa a chese Mexico for borders ni nyina no ye sizi ho nyina wo omho a ombeka omukununum eho ene ommo ye de omma ma ne ommo ne ade nyina chese ommo stop sa ade ni nyina de waba ho a enam ne kwa
yinti amabia o mapo ne se obi aka kirem se river pra abia nsuo ni nyina ani aye fresh because MPP free power anti obi asro so be galamsey ti ama isi Ghana nsuo na ani aye clear kama si ya na yepe no yepe si man nsuo ani aye clear NPP free power anti galamsey fo ni nyina asro makoshe wankona so ati ase obi si den Trump situation na kwan minim so agimi sao o deport nipa too much akọ man hu nipa o agimi sa obi a wo ye mampanyini on tena mu no nkasa akọ field no akọ abiya agimi on ti se Ghana obi ka se mahama me be 24 hour economy oba ya besi ne ye hu hwe mahama January 7 ye misi so besi ne ye hu hwe Trump dana oba ya na no zani executive order entinya immigrant mkwa na edwane osro Trump trumu fo na ediom trumu no omkure edwane sa executive order they aban no wa America no United States government recognize it be mani oba nkwa mo amaka ni nyina ye chimo amuko prison straight enti trumu fo nyina hu se Trump ba no mudwane omu police ni na omudwane enti immigrant igane na trumu by New Jersey for shout out to them omu mayor no na Trump abek Canada akire Trump how say ultimi eyi soldier for omu ba nkofo adwuma ba chichi nkofo nkwa asem bia kwane ye no serious oti adwuma msa no ma beba ahura o esi anonim ice police for no and o de border patrol aka ho and o di I soldier for aka ho enti oti adwuma ma kokoko ne aba obi afa ne krata nto ni enu ayesi send pa kosa ti shout out to New Jersey mayor o say na enkwasi asem enti masha oni dwuma bi edi a enu ampie ni amefa wa nko because Trump de wa jimi no ono o fight green card for nyina ho hwe wa jimi fucking o si an green card no e kura na o criminal still I said ko okrum tu anim zu akọ di boni ami a chewda no mesrew MP nko ba bia so what they say yeah my Apple, I'm saying, we mean any enti. I say you. Me di natural fruit nkwa. What I say, natural fruit. Everything natural. Everything natural. Everything natural. Natural fruit. Enti Trump di akwa na dwenya adwuma because the oil na nkwasi asem. And no say Mexico kura man panyini buafu. Oma the immigrant soldier for jet nkwa. Eddie 25 jet na belande wo Mexico assassin so adin ya obi hwe o magu o hwe o magu na Mexico pay se kwasia e ntimi control sam ko fo bebrebe no nti asie o ti ono mpa o hwe o magu because o mo na ma o mo be fa aboda ni wuram nti o se mo nyina begu o na yawo obi America cross there bi watwam yawo wa o da so firi ukuro no enti omo ayawo omo aha no se obeja oba no yawo omo mo passport dada no obeja oba no America aban be hwe oba no o penso na do ba ko ba bia afiri a ye chiwa de onu oba ni nyina ekọ kwasi amra nko akwa na wajimi no enti se mahama odwa na numa yeto abama na oba e o me 24 hour economy a oni na mo kikanse mu ni se obaye to the whole nation white talk kwasi asembe no hwan na ka chi say yepe appreciation tin ye koto abama ye to abama say be chi akufo-addo mu na gisika no what as ye be chi om na gisika na fa ye oman ni ye tua yi levy for so many years pieto and akufo-addo de ko roy ye humfa so nti be chi om na gisika na fa ye oman ni ye enkokurafo pension money eguo akufo-addo awie ni nyina o se ye friend haircut sika no wahin chi omone anyi sika no na jankwase akeka se me ko nation to obi broni ye ni si so ayima ayo January o anya ayo je 7 January na anu ya na ye Trump ni si so 1 week kura mai en onu gina border no chi immigrant for no we akwa fucking obetina office ni da bi on your call field no ma comment ni interview na say akwa ye man panyina na we Ghanaians na bafield ti se Kofi-Addo man wani ya bo ntu amana ni ho awai Trump de on de omo konkofu adwuma mkura no de akiri enti akwa no de metini aka akiri o an say we organic bananas in the go on organic bananas high quality food man I'm enjoying being rich don't get me wrong de metini aka akiri o an say oh afi no wanya kusika kwaje connection man ama connection man agi America visa amwa ebe ya me masisi to boas biko akwa na jimi the way we see chinkofo no America fo no klabu afu because yenya ne sa obi wo ha na ne yire anani kunu wa ha ani kunu no pipawo na ukoche no wadwuma ma osemede uko Ghana abra waware wo ha bia ne process na delay enya processing wi osiwede bi wajimi nti wole osise omo nyina akọ ena de ahin kura nse omo chewa anya afi niema ya ba fi abefa bag o ye chewa adwuma mu ani amoa de wura plane straight ni ye de mo ko simple assembly ani ho nya fi na mama mfre ni nya ko ha da bi because aban na ne di akide oni soldier for ni nam no mo chiche mu nti ho na akofre no America aban no edi ade na chi wo se me frɛ lawyer ben ono so cha America na aban no o free enti lawyer sembie nti woni dwuma bi atena fie menko ba bia mo Trump nkofa because enu anwumre nko a ofa nipa 7,000 won New York no kofa nipa 8,000 New Jersey na ama New Jersey for no construction workers immigrant form so na de ma contractors ni ade o mbesa o nyina afi African market nom ne Jamaica market nom ne ade no mko na bibini nso yo nipa boni ni yasa ka chenze uni baby immigrant shabe bra be matip of ne ma osika no eno nti no matip of no nyasa anka transport what oyede hu baby a immigrant for gu no akwakwasam enti tip of no enti na wote America na won nkrata obi anya wadanfo America every man for himself Jimmy Toyomo obi anya wadanfo enko kan kire obi se oye wadanfo nti won nkrata odwan odi obi nkrata na ye adwuma enkan kire obi ya wanya ba ya kura ofia na wo wa enkan kire no ofui wo kunu na wo boyfriend anko ka hwenkire no kwoswa na fa nkrata obi nkrata ne ye adwuma kulai wanka obi ahu ena ayi fo no Trump nkofo no omuhia no mbisa se onkrata wo hia oni bia emfio mo ansa kwhyen no emfio mo enkoyi obi nkrata de adwuma mfa mo eno kra de asem na sei kra ti ya meche no enti woni ma ohu no mo ba fast no mo di kan chim nkofo mi no oni ma no aye fast yi fum o man so mu a na yi fum anya me na di hu afofie ujimi mo so mu a omde obekọ ti dia me chon ti so man so mu aba fresh na ma ujimi sao be utimi deport si a wo so deport 10 million people nti utimi deport be 50 million na we like na da city kroma na bambebu because deportation no I saw employ more soldiers more bibi and I employ and sana wa ma brofo no so aye more aircraft amano and the plane no any say no money na a cost of money detention ne hwan the cost of money nti we deport be 50 million people here na bambebu setem obego obe free nti shedem at this moment ko jimi me mefa na dem go fa problem bi ha mle wabusianfo because ko akori gari ye mpanifo na jimi joma ba ya enim so obe ya jimi nya na nsi onam se obe ton to ben obeda hwan ase me na mse Ghana fo nto abama ya nto abam ye mpase da ye pa adwuma no ye ni ye ye adwuma ni ye obi ka se me ba me ye sei no eno ye wokrom asisi akro na hiti upia wu nkotre bakura ma che osenya immigrant fon kwa na dwan trum fo nyina ye chewa 15 years o kodam straight hard labor eno nso ye chewa nko fie o ye chewa ye ma so hwidi wako court sembia ni babia because executive order na Trump ndenam ono nya afi na yenko di wasembia o chewa de o ko straight o jime no nti enti nya afi na o ye de wako yemfa police yemfa court yemfa dabi o di soldier for ni ayifo na ye adwuma na yemo awa straight to the aircraft near ya drive on the moko plane no near ko jama go Mexico near jabi go Africa na you see entina menchire was Edwin Jesse was a bro, good afternoon, hope you are doing well. Your cousin my case wanna take a picture with you. Oh, of course they gonna make it, we gonna make it happen. Edwin Jesse, whenever you come to New York City, let me know, I'm gonna pull up and we take the photo. I got you, man. Of course, Mama Ghana for him in the Kakase Beya. Anti Trump will stop trumu adwo mama also be stop trumu Trump say ya mwade ohun se nkrama mienu kredium trum na campese nipa anyansa da otimi dwene otimi calculate abcd abede otimi calculate mathematics wona okofa oyonko be matrum enti ebini na opa dia na opese odi bini ana Trump se mo ya mwanti sankofo ni nyina so sisamu ekogu prison na mko hard labor ekosom oman no enti trumudiefu ni nyina yam pressure dom so nti si o madwane ko Scotland ni Ireland ni France ni ade dwane no mu dwane obi eko because siro Trump enti na akwa no nya se o kasa kwa onu ana nteba field no se na ma ne yehu no onu ana nteba no ne ma begina ho no point here mo be osisamu kogu plane no se somko ena sisi a so obetwa sika e de ama countries ni nyina wode osisam begu Mexico anu ama Mexico mampanyini sika se be ya Mexico mampanyini bonfu osisam kogu Ghana anu ama Ghana mampanyini sika or them ko Nigeria no mam Nigeria sika se be ya ombunfu no mbeje mo because mo free krom am fam Jimmy nko enti sika ye de to aduane man immigrant no de be ma America ni wadi ase no enti esi ya ne ai adenti ne nyina ya piwi ase ye mpanimfo agini ama obi de ne mpanimfo nim nyansa wa bi adwuma woni krom ama obi ahoto no ama obi a pese obakuro no be survival ne de mpanimfo jimi nko anti na dwo mama me pese me hiti ne kakrakra no me be boni tuja sa to na wo kono nyansa bi anim use that energy to tour the whole nation and see the problems and solve the problems and ntini akoto abama say me be thank you to hwan akoda na se hwan na ukoda na se intimate news na adwoma ma obeye ti say akufo-addo a emwa Mr. Tia fire obi ntimi nka bi ma Mr. Tia fire it is what it is be ye twuma ni ye me ye won ti say akufo-addo da bi nse MPP for di Jimmy Kotna parliament say mwa na won say me fire because akufo-addo for private jet e blue 30,000 euros per hour enye problem montimi ankasa John Mahama nua the private jet afane dia afa John Mahama dia ye problem mwa John Mahama oko landing na no aviation for na frame ka chem send me ni pictures or commercial plane Turkish airline oni customers ni na asala ya ye ne mampanyini o akufo-addo aboa no oye mampanyini na bi no ote private jet ayi dware wo MPP fo amekasa no bruska adwasafo mu nyina private jet nkwasiafo a omo ni mfaso MPs e the private jet na ko Dubai eco treatment no mu bruska ntroni scan nyina to na John Mahama te commercial mo se magimi mu be complain John Mahama twi Toyota Land Cruiser na Toyota Land Cruiser no e problem abra akufo-addo kwase ante Lexus ne boat mi Toyota Land Cruiser be 5 the most expensive version of Toyota is Lexus Baumia Mr. Degeta the dollar is running fast when in so what S class Maybach S class na John Mahama ti abra nkwasiafo we no mamo bra no na makotena parliament matonton oboasefo good nyina ne omonsase nyina ma China fo ama sojafo abo mutu eku ho montimi ankokan no ho asem se ya ban kankan na baaye na yetimi akọ oboase akọje omonsase nyina afiri omonsem ne yenhu nyansa ti se nipa ya yese mwa nti ya yese mwa nti yekoye ne ankase oboase yi asase ABC mudia munidi so ye the DEF ma China fo nti omunso nidi sere be ya ntokwansi nti obia woni chefa dabi magimi makwajiji nkufo kuku majiji obia nyapade afri ni nsem by force na mnia ma China fo na kurumu wofo nso so mu survival obia ni wa ne na ado asase gold asase na oti kurunum no o ekomde no na oti wana China ni na edidi ano beto no nani beji dabi da majimi nti muwa mu parliament onwe nyansa ni mutim nti muntime nka se problem ya ba isere be ya binsi bionti yanko AGA ni ene ompanifo nko tenase se momma kromu afo ntubia sika sei na momfa ma kromu afo se momma tubidia muntu ha na momfa ha emma kromu afo se be ya problem bi nkoba bio musmajimi nkraman ka Toyota common Toyota ena makotena parliament na mujimi se Toyota ni $800 million na kwasia chama untumi kula o je katua 20 million etwi Rolls Royce chama untumi onyansika no nyansa ntefo sika no awia matimi ni abetena parliament da bi John Mahama twi Toyota a problem mampanyini no the same mampanyini no okwa otena akonwa bia de be man so Mahama ba bia ni wamu nso so akonwa de koy na anu okọ chief imam hoko chiachia ni nyina omuma na konwa no osiso akufo-addo kwase na ba V8 ene so ni nkonwa V8 ene so ni nkonwa na o se petru kwa mwa man timi ankotena parliament ankasa MPP fo machimi o moye mwa the same mpanyini no ɛso adwo mahama onso akonwa nko baabia na bisa sɛ akufo-addo yeto abatu ni wi okola ni ofro ka dia ade ne koy what economy wawu 2 months ago or private jet and akufo-addo kwasea na economy aviation fo na ne be ka kire me no what this person see na ni this aye see na ni se be obi ahu se ono a na odi line mu hu no akwakohye ayi plane kwasea mpanyini na ono no yento aba ma no ofro private or ofro commercial yeto abatu no sanfro commercial ni ato aba ma no oblos or to sikanugu sa $1 million a ode ma akwasi broni no sa sikani nyina ate Ghana nka mo be da kwaje bosia ode ya lease jet luxury jet de asiwo on to se bibini besua nyansa ye bebrewu enti mu chimi na ama yeti abrochire ni ebre na immigrant ni e pamye ni e yese ye wo ajapade we nyina ba mo nkwasiafo amgu parliament amagimenti nipa ne ahoto disi otu free kuro etu kwa kokuro bi so ansa na wa survival magimia yese mwanti ena oboase matwumai fo ma husem nso mu di video mu gimi mebeka bi ma amono nkyere se meta sojafo no na omakuma busuanfo ntina na mahye ka bi ma mo. There is no favoritism in warm up. Omakuma busuanfo na mo ye mmobo ntina na meka bi ma mo. Of course magina wa bre, of course onya sika ya na honta mrese amasa ma ye ya wi ma me na makonwa bo ye enamunwa nti medama mitimi presse ha na ne nan na piepie endie ne nan na piepie na medam na edeme koba enamunwa ade ase oh ma bi amena ya piepie. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that beautiful? I'm feeling I'm chilly. I'm going a pure lazy high quality tester. Until obuasi matwumai for one man who di Jimmy at the video aba begina o ai soja fo no ye be yo mu se ye be muntie me ye soja ni ekunwa 99% of ewuo no enye soja ni fault tie ya meche no eye panyini a oma soja ni instructions on tutu no eye ne fault soja ni no ono hye uniform no oje orders from ni leader ho inti ono ya station no ono wote ne ba bi ni ya friend say ekina mo beko ha ade echi amo beko ha ade echi amo beko ha inti se mo begimi na mpanimfo moa no adwene ni omtim no koyi omso mmetutum tuonkum biwa ombeba inti mesrawo oni soja ni no any problem the all to go do no de kono ono na ane no problem inti se wo ne no problem a mo fa nko court na mo nyedan mo make sure say problem no ma solve than say mo be kwa ko gina ase mo ko attack soja ni mo attack ya sa krom ho a de nchira oboase less than 2 years say 3 years or say 4 years ena omuku soja ni nti soja ni kuratuo ono so ntena ho mamu meku no da bi obato enti munima munya jimi ni etutu asem no na wunwu ya nim de obenya memete Ghana na kom de me na gare kura mnya skanto ene medade emu mansion mu America bisa se bogafo aba bruchi duro se no mabusu ni timi to fie wa America bogafo mgu social media mu dwoma nim Twene Jonas da bonten dodo se na timi to fie wa America eti you don't know what the future have for you, and it's better to stay alive to take care of your children than to die early and let your children suffer. Ye no me yete Ghana cry o papa no ewo maame no na abrabọ ni nye easy na obewu agya o ma ho na o mo ne hwe what I say life no on be blankasa agya bi wu agya bi ti ase de dada wusia ayi ase o mo pensa abode agenti bisianfo ne pe nsa abode agye akotwa manum enu nti o mo dada wa yi na se o wusia wu anya hwe ye wo ye be hwew ma yi no yempon na obi anko ne fi ofre o papa nua onfa obefre na ne yire na apeke no di atem kwasia o afre adan onne ku papa onne suma se ma papa nwu ai onu ni sika o de hwe ne ma wo ne bi o de ma ho na abeti twi ubeti upiga enti mesramo emrantie ye mpanimfo na adi abro omo ye nkwasiafo eno no obi anti ase ese no di mpanimfo ate o ma jimi on opa ti ase opa men ti ase mesi o ma jimi America ye de TikTok ba ha sei TikTok ni na akura na ye wono ahawo but ne papa free China no America ban so disika no be ko China enti sa na te dia watwam se o beti ase am ye bie dia ene America be only half 50-50 enti se so obi ye ne company no America gi 50% free and sana wo 50 na company na nya no America say be jo taxes wom enti enwie total na America jo be 70% of wa ngasa wa japade no enti wo me operate bibi obi krum na wo nya mfaso so e bibi ni nko na e kraman ni etuliti omoni krum ye tu petrol ye tu oil na ni krum for bre na Ghana petrol board dendende kru na etu no me ye mpanifo ne gu parliament woni nyina aya mwa omiya ne both NDC MPP omiya mwa orumare ya enti omo na disappoint ye ama o mine bre omiya mwa ti America before say bibi operate wa no say BMW omiya Germany for omiya wa ha 50% America o share wom ansana Mercedes Benz ni nyina America nti America no ote wono make sika free abron kwa yewe say sika no de hwe abibifo nkwasiafo no mfomfam kwa hono mwi ni nyina no what you say zema dika ka chozo ba America unhu bibini so broni so tam kwa hono mwi aya bibini aboa no kwa broni bia ono e doctor or engineer we nti omomo ye busy ono apo adwuma wa bre ono wa time on de kojina kwa hono mwi bibini aboa na no school kura nko e free so nko ofam county secretary on na wi sem na anyim kofo ma na ye pam no na cha support na on na me channel nti jonki sankofo no so na kotoma Trump no because Trump promise him say was say immigrant for na kono de musika na bro because no nya adwuma nti immigrant ye tua ne car now ye tua bibini car Trump say nkwase asem nti ada ne yensi sankwase afo ne nkongrom yen fasika ne hwe bibini because bibini ya boa faso bi ni so nkrata wo bibia so fam kwa hono mwi so what you say aboa bi anchen ntina me ka kire o mo no wa ba wu abrochire o ba won krata na wa wo ma wa abrochire na wo bra wo ya aboa wa no antete ma ye the same America na India ni ba nyina kwa hono mwi India for ha China for ha Japan for ha obia race bi adua aden na bibini aboa nko na ne banam kwa ho obeko adwuma biam cleaner bi o ye bibini yempaja box yempaja normal bibini adie ntina bibini di ompe school ko Obama say anya broni na wo no na bibini na wo na nkasa amre ofam wi kasa amre bi kro da prison ka wi no fam kwa bibini Obama no enam se na ma me broni nti hwese obema mpanyini enso na bibifo gu America 500 years enti bibini owi ano ko blemu broni o wa chimia esa aboa